going live right now. If we have any technical difficulties, please let me know in the chat, because I got an alert just a little bit ago that the Wi-Fi is a little bit slow right now, or something might come up. Anyways, the build up right before a live stream when you're like, I'm about to appear, it's a little scary. Last night I had a bad dream, and the bad dream was literally me not preparing in time enough, or like trying to set up this live stream a little too late, and so I was 15 minutes late to the live stream, and the moderator was like, there's people, they're asking all these questions, where are you? And I was like, all this. Anyways, it was weird. That dreams really don't scare me, even if they're really messed up or horrifying, but for some reason that was really stressful. So hopefully nothing like that will happen this time. Okay. It says unable to connect to chat. Please try again later. Let me know from you guys if the chat is working. It's awesome to see you guys here. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to hang out. If you guys have any questions, or just weird questions you want to ask, feel free to. I would love to hear your thoughts. Let me see if I can fix this little chat error thing I'm getting right now. Yeah, so one thing I thought would be fun to talk about today would be this idea of your channel being underrated, or maybe like, man, your videos should be getting a lot more views, or just this whole idea of feeling really disappointed when the videos you've worked on a lot don't get a lot of views. That is a universally tough and frustrating thing, and I feel like we get a lot of content online about how to make money on YouTube, how to kill it on YouTube, how to crush on YouTube, how to grow on YouTube, but not enough creators talk about the reality checks, the reality of just those lows with the views, or when your channel plateaus, or like, what do you do with that? Does that mean that you are doing worse? Does that mean that people are sick of you? What the heck's going on? Let me see if I can refresh the chat real quick, because it's just giving me a big error right now. So yeah, no, I thought it'd be fun to talk about that. Every once in a while I get comments about that, about, man, your channel is really underrated. It's sad that, it's not getting more views. So one person said it actually made them upset. Like, they were actually very, very sad when they saw how my channel wasn't growing faster because it didn't grow. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, there's so many people in the chat. What the heck? Before, it was just a big error. Oh my gosh, you guys are all here. Thank you guys so much. Good to see you. Marissa, Sam, Adrian, Michael, Leisha, Connor, Adrian, Oodle Life, Millennial Spark Radio. Oh my gosh. Brayden. Sorry guys, I really couldn't see any of that. Yeah. Wow, a lot more are here than I expected. I was expecting like 5 to 10. Right now I am drinking water, and normally I only drink water because I don't know. That's just the way I like things. Yeah, anyways, so there's a lot of people that sometimes bring up, like, man, I wish your channel got more views, and one person actually said, it makes me upset, like angry, or like, he was like, I'm getting a little bit down because I'm thinking about how your channel needs more views. And I was like, oh my gosh, dude, it's okay, it's not a big deal. My time will come, it's all good. The if you've been really creating content online, every single like creator who's doing YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, seriously, has seen a severe drop in their views, a severe drop in their engagement, but they've kept creating long term. Every single one. It's unavoidable. Mr. Beast, Casey Neistat, whatever. Like, every single creator has experienced that thing where you're like building momentum, building momentum, building momentum, and then suddenly all your videos are just bombing, 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 bombing. Hey, Clark, good to see you. It's just a thing that happens. And so when I see sometimes creators getting really frustrated, it just, you have to push through. You have to keep going, because at the end of the day, if you have the right mindset and you keep creating, you're always on the upswing. And what I mean by that is, as long as I have like a playbook of all these ideas I want to try, all these ways that I'm not good enough, all these ways that I need to improve and get better. And I see it really as this thing that I'm working on. And so when I focus on the little tiny ways that I can improve, yes, when a video performs 10 out of 10, gets like 40, 50% less views than normal, it's frustrating. But at the end of the day, I'm also like, but there's all these other cool ideas I want to share, that I want to try. There's all these ways I do know that I'm not good enough, there's all these ways I can improve. And I'm excited to see what will happen when I try improving them. And so in that sense, you can just take that little dip as just part of the process. It's all just part of the game. I don't know, it's sort of fun. You get to choose to be on the upswing at all times, as long as you keep uploading, as long as you keep finding new things you can improve and then testing it out. You are over when either you give up, you decide it's not worth it, you decide it's not worth your time, which is fine, honestly. It could your passions could be somewhere else, or it's over when you've somehow exhausted all the ideas, all the things you think you can try to improve. You feel like you're already doing everything. You feel like you've done all your ideas. And if that's still not working, then yeah, that's a bad sign. But the thing is if you're innovating, if you're staying creative, staying motivated, trying to push your craft, moving forward, you're never going to run out of ideas. You're never going to completely master something to the point where you are like, oh my, I guess I can't improve anymore. As long as you're moving forward, you're always on the upswing. Even when your channel looks like it's dying, even when your channel looks like it's not getting that many views, you are on the upswing. And so your channel also about to skyrocket, about to get better. Thank you guys so much for being here. CPM has tanked for me over 30% with COVID. Oh man, I'm so sorry. Your channel's growing naturally and not due only to quarantine, so there's staying power. I mean, the fact that even 20, 30 of you guys are here right now, that's a testament of, it's, as soon as you take your views and you just look at them as a number and not people, that's when stuff starts messing with your head. You're like, oh my gosh, all of these people dislike me because they didn't watch my videos. No. Maybe they were busy. Maybe they didn't connect with that specific topic. Maybe they aren't into that type of content. It doesn't really matter. Don't think about it more as human beings, because when you focus on, like right now, the 30 real people that are here right now, that really grounds you into, wow, I need to just connect. I need to just, whatever. Imagine if you walked into a room and there were 30 people there and you're like, ah, man, I wish there were 100 people there. Bye, see ya, it's not worth my time. That's just annoying. Just show up for the people that are there. Don't oversimplify views and numbers and growth, momentum, click-through rate, all that sort of stuff, and take away the human part of it, because the human part of it's what's really going to give you staying power, what's really going to matter long term. Pixels, so good to see you. That's why I think about longevity versus instant success. Yes. Piano progress. Peter, great to see you here. I guess it's about improving our skills in the first place, which then carries into other aspects of our lives, not just the view count. Yes, exactly. Um, YouTube is a like a tool or medium that exposes you, exposes how you can improve, exposes your strengths, your weaknesses, a cool new journey you can take. It's just like when you pick up like rock climbing or something. That's opening up a cool new thing for you to discover new sides of yourself. And so a lot of the YouTube lessons, I see it as this ultimate quest or challenge that I love and that's so synergistic with my goals and purpose, but that's also genuinely hard. And so I just like sort of learning the sport a little bit more every single day. Clark, what do you think about taking a break from creating content? Is that giving up or can it just be refocusing? I've seen some of your posts, Clark, and I think that it's totally reasonable to take a break. It's not, again, like you've got the next 80 years of it's really like if you're giving up because you feel like if you're doing it for a sort of dumb or selfish reason, I think that that's maybe questionable. But if you need a break because you're tired or you got other exciting things going on, if it's maybe not your passion, everyone should do the thing that's the right fit for them and their happiness, I think. Also, like, you can always come back to it. It's just sort of like the Gary Vee thing where it's like, if you're not making it, killing it at 18, 21, 30, whatever, you're not over. You still have more opportunities. It's just, anyway, you get the idea. Michael, hey Eric, I'm trying to incorporate your advice of adding an overall story arc to my channel. So far, the feedback from my followers has been really positive. Thanks. Amazing. That's so cool. So awesome to see that. That part, the story part, is so hard. And it's something that's like the views and engagement and hooks and communication, all that sort of, the lighting, that stuff you can improve and really get really great at. But for some reason, that story arc piece of it seems almost impossible to master. Like either you do it naturally or you have to just constantly keep adding that ingredient very intentionally into your story if you want to keep things up. 30 people is an entire classroom, yes. And also, I feel like if I allowed the numbers of views, subscribers to get to me every single time, then I wouldn't even be doing it anymore. But at some point, you just got to listen to the voice that's inside and telling you to keep going. Yes, 100%. For some perspective for you guys, I just yesterday counted how many like real in-depth videos I've made on YouTube, and the number I came up with when I first started this vlog 2 years ago, it's not really a vlog anymore, but when I first started my YouTube channel more officially, I have posted 108 videos in the past 2 years. And that is such an interesting number because one, it feels like I've posted a bazillion videos, and because of how many hours were poured into each of those videos, because of how much work I put into those videos, how much I've changed as a person, all these different things, it feels like so much more than 108 videos. But, you know, I mean, I'm sure you've seen Roberto's thing or maybe Gary Vee's thing about like post 100 crappy videos. And it just puts into perspective, like I feel very confident about my expertise and like insights about YouTube, and I have a really great idea of my trajectory and how I can help creators, all that sort of stuff. But at the same time, I've only barely crossed that 100 video mark. Like I'm just getting started. This is just the beginning of the journey. So again, to put things into perspective, when I get those, oh man, this video only got, you know, this many views. Oh man, less people are watching me now than last month. I put into perspective, I'm not going to be quitting that. I don't need to like explode and crush it by the end of the year. I'm going to be doing this for a year, 2 years, 5 years, much longer. And so this is just trickle along. How do you feel about chasing trends and potentially growing faster versus creating new ideas and growing slower? So I actually have a middle ground answer with that one. I think chasing trends and maybe, you know, talking about things that are relevant and relevant creators, all that sort of stuff, it's actually not a bad thing. I think that that can be really great, especially if you want to grow your YouTube channel a little bit faster. The thing is if you're just chasing it for a grab for views, but it doesn't actually fit your personality, your purpose, any of that sort of stuff. So that's why in the content smoothie stuff, I really like helping creators clarify their recipe, their purpose, their mission, all that sort of stuff, because then you can see a trend or see a creator you want to break down or react to, commentary, whatever. And now you can see if it intersects well or naturally with your recipe. And when you do that, you don't have to feel this like moral weird dilemma. Am I being a sellout? Am I all that sort of complicated stuff? You're just like, no, actually, I have something to say because this is in line with my mission, my purpose, all that sort of stuff. So you can just sort of go with it. Like on this channel, I'm going to be talking about other creators, other not other platforms, but I'm going to be talking about a lot of creators, or if there's something that's relevant or a trend or something, if it fits naturally, I probably will talk about it. But the thing is that for me, it's not like I need to do a short-term grab for attention. I'm trying to build a base layer at a time. And so, yeah, for some reason, when you know your purpose, you can intersect with those trends without feeling as much of this weird dilemma or overthinking it that much. Like for me, when I made the content bug video, I knew that video was going to do really well. And because of how relevant she was, but when I thought about that topic for probably a month before, and I waited until I was like, no, I really have something to say. I really think she's doing something awesome here. And I think this fits with my mission of being more self-aware and communicating yourself better. So, and telling a story on YouTube. So I made the video, and I didn't feel any moral or like was selling out or chasing a trend. Trends are awesome. Just make sure it's not just the trend, right? How can I get more subs? Sorry, bitch. I need to check stats less frequently. It's addictive, but not particularly helpful. Agree. Especially if you're starting out, I would recommend looking at your stats a lot less. Those are like clues for what you can do or work on or how engaged your audience is. But usually, you can, especially when you're starting out and small, you can get a lot better info just by, like, becoming friends with people that watch your channel, like genuine friends. Like schedule a video chat, message them, or just be like, hey, I like your stuff. You know, like actually look into their stuff, get to know them, all that sort of stuff we talked about in an earlier video. And when you do that, you're not waiting for their comments to go like, great video, awesome. Like that's not very good feedback. But when you get to know them and how they're thinking, what they like about your videos, suddenly you have so many clues about what's awesome about your content or what you can turn the volume up on. And it gives you a lot more action steps. So that is way better, especially in the beginning, than checking your analytics. Because your analytics is going to be like, well, 40% of your 10 viewers, you know, it's like, that's not that helpful. Clark, I'm awesome. I'm happy to hear. I think it's awesome, Clark. So Clark's taking a little break from his content right now. But, I mean, Clark's a really thoughtful guy. And Clark also has really great stuff about just being honest and open and vulnerable. And also just prioritizing mental health and taking care of yourself. I think that's the way to go. Like, I'm never going to be the person who says, no, you got to upload. You got to show, you know, like, no. If the engine's not working, it doesn't work. Okay, I am not going to be able to read all of this. Thank you guys so much, though, for being here. Hit the like button. It really does do something. I don't know. I loved your videos on finding out the themes to add to your channel, but I'm having difficulties as I have decided to change lanes. Topic-wise, does it make sense to take a small break in this case? What do you mean by small break? Like, small break, just like it's not, you don't like the topic on your YouTube channel, so take a small break from uploading. Sorry, I'm a little behind. That's crazy because I found your channel from the content bug video. Thanks for the response. Of course. I think you should have a Patreon so people can support you. I did have a Patreon. I actually turned it off though because I realized it was not fully worth the time investment. And should I be talking about? No, I mean honestly, if I'm being honest, so it basically was like I wanted to make sure I was showing up and giving resources, all that sort of stuff, that was actually helpful and worth the money. But what I realized is it's actually more profitable, sustainable, practical for me to just do a couple consulting calls with creators where it's the right fit, where they're very interested, all that sort of stuff, instead of trying to collect like $2 a month at a time, $5 a month at a time. And then I always didn't want to have the pressure of providing all these extra resources if I felt like they weren't going to be helpful, if it was taking too much time, distracting me from uploading my main videos. And so the happy medium I've actually found is the email list. So if you guys haven't signed up for it yet, I think it's down below, but I have a newsletter. And so what the newsletter is basically anything I normally would have put on my Patreon, I'm giving away for free. It's just in a sort of that smaller, tight-knit community. So like for instance, a month ago, I posted a full consulting call. It was an 1.5 hour long video of the whole consulting call edited down without the pauses and stuff, and just given for free. And so for me, that was the win-win-win scenario. Like, I can make money from the consulting calls for the people where it's the right fit, and I can make a easier chunk of money than trying to collect $2 from a lot of creators. And then for you guys, I'm giving you guys basically all the information, all the Patreon perks, all that sort of stuff for free through my email list if you guys have that. And so this lets me focus on my channel and post. What's my Instagram? @EricWenVlogs. Sammy, where in the world are you I think you're in like Japan or something. Like, is that true? Good to see you here, Sammy. How quick do you think it is normal for a new channel to be growing? I'm a new viewer and I love your videos. Keep it up. Don't think about it in terms of normal, the right speed to grow. Like, it's not a linear thing. YouTube, that's how other things work. YouTube, it's not like that. It's not. You get maybe like a little spurt in the beginning because it's your family and friends, and then you're like crash and all this. It's much more about, are you staying going? Do you have a purpose that's sustainable that can keep you going? And then every once in a while, there's these lightning strike moments, or where you have clarity, inspiration, you have a really great idea, you make the video, it blows up, and you have these lightning strike moments where suddenly it's like you're going along, and then you have the lightning strike, you blow up a little bit, and you hit a new ceiling, a lightning strike again. And it's much more about persistence and patience than and waiting for those lightning strike moments, and being ready for those lightning strike moments than what's the normal pace to grow. Like, some people have channels like that are, it's just, don't compare yourself. Really, really, really don't compare yourself. Blind family, you don't have to do anything extra for Patreon, you just have to tell people that. That is a really good point. That's a really good point. Touche. I'll consider it. I have the whole page. It's all there. I'm Andre Gardner. I'm starting an AuthorTube channel, and I'm trying to implement your strategies to create content that I find valuable. Hopefully that will translate into others valuing it. That's a great question. So how do you know? Hopefully that will translate into others valuing it. value, it's such an interesting topic on YouTube, right? Everyone says give value, give value. But then they make tutorial videos and they get no views. The thinking about how to, I'm not prepared to answer this question, but you have to think about how you're giving the value and what context you're giving the value, and that a lot more. I give the example a lot of like if I gave my parents $20 versus if I gave a homeless person $20, the value of the $20 bill is exactly the same, but it has a very different impact or very different interest level from the recipient depending on who I give it to, right? So when you think about creating content on YouTube, don't just think about I'm giving something valuable, like a tutorial, like a information, access, whatever. That's not necessarily enough. You need to make sure you're also crafting your content to attract the right audience, give it in the right context, all that sort of stuff. And so that's another reason why I talk a lot about self-awareness on YouTube, right? You have to picture your audience really, really clearly. It's not just, I'm going to give a $20 bill to everyone and hope that they like me. It's, I want to give a $20 bill to the people who are desperate to have a $20 bill and need that specific help from someone like me right now. That takes time, that takes patience, but you're gonna have a lot more of that excitement around your channel if you're providing the right value in the right context instead of just giving value like more randomly. Sorry, I'm gonna catch up with some things. Does anyone want to be a mod? Pixels is in Japan as well. A break finding out what I should make next. I love making videos, but usually like to have topics I care about. Just so maybe wait a little bit to brainstorm all that sort of stuff. Don't overthink it. For me, I recognized that I needed to do something new with my YouTube channel probably in July, and I was freaking out because I wasn't happy with the direction of my YouTube channel. What I did was I just kept posting one thing a week to keep that muscle going. But in the background, I was brainstorming really, really intensely about what I actually wanted to do long term. And so that's why it's like, have short-term goals, have mid-term goals, have long-term goals, all that sort of stuff. And depending on your bandwidth, how much time you have, all that sort of stuff, just do what's the right fit for you. I'm from the Philippines. It's 6 a.m. here, and I just finished editing my video for later today. Awesome to see you here from the Philippines. That's so cool. Thank you guys. Yeah, chat away. You guys should meet each other. I really want to create a community on this platform of other like-minded, thoughtful creators who are willing to really dig deep into themselves, what it's going to take to reach their goals on YouTube. This is not the place for, algorithm hack, all that. I mean, I pay attention to the algorithm. I pay attention to my analytics as well. But for me, when I actually am listening to the creators and their frustrations, the problems they have almost have nothing to do with the titles, thumbnails, all that sort of stuff. That stuff you can learn. That stuff you can practice. And you can honestly get better at maybe in a week or two. But the self-awareness stuff, let's think about my mission, my purpose, my audience, how can I tell a story on my YouTube channel? That stuff, that's what really matters. And that's the stuff that's really hard to explain, digest, implement. And so I wanted to make some content about that. And so what I've loved from seeing all of your guys' comments, these like long paragraphs and essays, I love it. Thank you guys. I read all of them. I really respect all of your guys. Yeah, I just so thankful for that. Anyways, I'm trying to create a community here of people that are willing to dive deep on that type of stuff. And so far that's been working, so really appreciate that. I'm going to read through a bunch of questions, and then Blue Rage, just stopping by to say hi and thanks. I was stuck at 100+ subs, and Eric and some others provided information, and in the last few months I blew up and got YouTube partnered. Awesome! That's so cool. I've been watching I've been like keeping an eye on your channel. You keep, every single time I post a video, Blue Rage gives me like an update basically on his channel and how he's growing, and it's really, really awesome. What do you do to stay inspired after you work really hard on a video and it doesn't get the views you expect it to get? Views are so shiny and distracting. Yeah, I'll get back to that. We would sign up on Patreon if you started up again. We're too busy to sign up for your email list, but do want to support you. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. That speaks to something I've been... It's very humbling for me when people want to really step up and support. I feel like I really need to just give in order to... anyways, basically there's a lot of people here that are really willing to support me, and even in a financial way, even if they're not getting, you know, even if it's not a transactional thing, and I really, really appreciate that. I'm going to make Paula a mod if the internet lets me. Thanks. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for liking the video and watching. 30. It's so crazy. Okay, so this is an example. Right now, this live stream has 33 concurrent viewers. I think that's possibly the most that this live stream has had for a long, like, even after the content bug stuff, I don't think I was having a consistent 35 plus people here. And that's a testament of, like, the last 2 videos on my YouTube channel didn't necessarily do well. And that's an opportunity for me to feel disappointed. Oh, man, I did something wrong. Like, they must not like me. You know, it's just, don't think about that stuff. Don't, like, you can acknowledge it. You can feel disappointed because, yes, you put a lot of work into that video. But don't take, you have to not take some of that stuff so personally, and just focus on the connection that is there and your next action step. If you look at the top creators on this platform, that is what makes them stand above the rest. It's the fact that they persist and keep looking forward, even when they're on top, and even when their channel is dying, right? The lightning strike is real. Eric got me to niche down, and that was the key. We just started a private Facebook page for our Patreon and YouTube members to hang out together. That's a real value, and they love to chat with each other. I'm thinking about a Facebook group. One creator, Kate, really, like, basically really asked me to make a Facebook group. I was hesitant, but maybe I should take it more seriously. If you're a small creator, tips for creating a community and more thoughtful comments. I think that if you... The way that that's happened on my channel is by making people think. So, and also, like, my content isn't, like, super flashy, B-roll, all that sort of stuff. So I just sort of... I think the content attracted the thoughtful discussion. So I don't... I mean, I definitely, like, reply to the comments, get to know people. There's also people in the community I have referred to each other, like, hey, I know Kate here. I think she would really like your stuff. You know, one of my favorite creators is Q. You guys should watch his channel. And not in this, like, sub for sub way. It's really like a friend way. When you connect people, it's doing stuff on YouTube, especially at this level, when you're not, like, mega viral, it's very human driven. It's very human being driven. If you guys have no idea how much behind the scenes, like, getting to know you guys, messaging, thinking how I can connect with you guys, thinking how I can give value, thinking how I can explain this better. There's a lot that goes into it that you guys don't see. PhotoFin, so awesome to see you. Noelle, I'm so glad they've been helpful for you. during quarantine. I really appreciate it. Speaking of supporting, why can't I super chat and send you money during your lives? Because I am not partnered yet, which a lot of people are shocked by. I'm almost there. I'm so close. Like maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it's gonna happen. Black Mamba. Black Mamba is one of the biggest supporters of this channel. He's one of those people that's like, your channel's always super underrated, man. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Great seeing you here. Eric, my wife and I were talking about content smoothie stuff and niching down. We came up with a new channel, very freeing experience, and can't wait to get into it. I'm really excited to see what you guys cook up. Braden, thank you. I see your comment. Really, really appreciate it. Julie, awesome seeing you here. Thank you so much for your time here. They may think that they are graduated. I'm always learning. Exactly. Exactly. That's the thing. Even when you have 10 years of experience, even when you have, like, when I have a channel that's considered, like, okay, I'm not going to say it through that frame. It just sounds weird. But I constantly want to be growing and learning. And that I am going to take that improvement, self-criticism process just as seriously if this channel has 3,000 subscribers or if I had 100,000 subscribers, 1 million subscribers. I mean, if you look at Mr. Beast, that dude is not like, how can I make sure I protect what I have and, like, you know, keep this safe? This guy is looking forward. He's looking ahead, all the different ways he can improve. If you saw his latest video, it was like he scrapped videos that cost him like 70K, 80K, and that's not. He did that because he's looking forward, not looking at how can I get a short-term win right now. And I would hope that I keep that side of me deep in there long-term, no matter if my channel's on the up or down. You can thank my procrastination on writing a script for my video for being here. Sorry about that. This is a long-term play. Yes. Hey, Robin, so good to see you. Oh, man. So many... See, this is literally the most people that have been on a live ever, I think. And this is, again, as a reminder, if I had just looked at my analytics, the last 2 videos I made were, like, my least performing videos by a long shot. And so it would be easy to get down in the dumps. But when you look at interactions like this, when you think about it more from a human perspective, the numbers are not showing you. You don't need to take that stuff so personally. Okay, I'm just gonna move forward. I say every time I'm just gonna skip the comments and just or like skip past comments, all that sort of stuff. But it's so hard for me to do. If you guys have advice on live streams, let me know. Why do you think Content Bug blew up so fast? So obviously she's a machine at creating content, like unbelievable machine at creating content. So that really helped. Her videos are straight to the point. The advice was coming from a refreshing voice in the community. But most importantly, the reason why she's skyrocketing past a lot of the other YouTube experts on this platform is because she's really good at introducing the story into her YouTube channel. She made you invested in her growth. She really felt like she was giving you access to her world, and that is, it's not really about the tips. Like, the tips are maybe what gets you in the door, but what gets you staying and curious is like, whoa, she's really showing me a lot. Wow, she's really struggling here. Wow, she opened up about struggling. I wonder what's happening with her now. And that sort of momentum, that sort of emotional investment wins over everything. And that's something I talk about over and over again on this channel. The story is what gets you to not plateau. The story on your YouTube channel, i.e. the emotional investment you create with your audience, the curiosity, discovery, wonder you introduce into your content, where people actually are curious what is going to happen next, where you are actually discovering what's ahead, and they're getting to see that through your eyes. That is so addicting. That is so awesome to watch, and that's what gets that super fandom. Now, don't get me wrong, that's very hard. That's very hard to introduce into your content. It's not just like, hey guys, this is what's going on, just wanted to update you. It's much more subtle and nuanced than that. It's much more like a TV show where you have to show who you are, but not, you have to show who you are, not tell who you are. And so that's sort of a nuance that I would love to hit more in the content. And I'm practicing a lot myself. Like I would say I would give myself like a 5 out of 10 on that front with my YouTube channel, if I'm being honest. But hopefully trying to get it to a 6 or 7. Any thoughts on unusual niche combos? I've recently combining K-pop culture, inspirational videos with Korean TV series, movie reviews with life lessons I learned from them at the end. That seems cool. Like, see, that seems unique. And even though it might not get traction right away, or you might need to figure out how to package it, there are some of my favorite channels, and that are also exploding, are the ones where they have such a weird combo, and it's so recognizable. Like the piano and memes channel I talk about a lot. Like the fact that that guy combined piano and jazz piano, and music theory, but with memes and pop culture, that is just such a, it's so easy to explain. It's so easy to recognize as something that's special. I'm all for doubling down on weird combos if you have something that would feel natural to you. Since our last call, your enlightening talk took my channel into another direction. I've been seeing it, and it's been working. I'm so happy for you, man. Matt Kime, I'm here now watching in 2x to catch up. Thanks, man. Eric, on live streams, read what pops out to you and just say it. If I missed it, say it again. Viewers will say it again, no worries. Really appreciate that advice. I need it. I struggle with that. Let me know, by the way, if there's any like technical difficulties with this. Black Mamba, see? Yeah, I'm glad you agree with me about the content bug. You are developing a character that your audience wants to invest in you. Yes, yes, exactly. And which is really interesting, right? You have to be a character in your own content. And that gets a bad connotation because it seems like you're faking it or you're manipulating your audience. You're not. You just have to it's the same exact thing you do in real life when you meet a stranger. When you meet a stranger, you're not like, "Hey guys, I'm this year, like this is where I go to college, this is my job, this is my age. By the way, I'm an introvert. By the way, I like rock climbing. By the way, I have a YouTube channel. By the way." Like you can't just dump information on them and expect them to be connecting with you. You need to listen to them, connect with them, and then give them hints by how you present yourself, what you embody, what you choose to highlight to them, so that they can start getting to know you, start connecting with you like a real human being. Over time, they will get a better sense of you. But you really, if you think about your real life and your close friends, you don't share every side of you to everyone super in depth. You curate. And that's the same exact thing you need to do with your YouTube channel, of going, I really like, farming, but that might be really confusing if I'm a tech review channel. So maybe I'm going to not talk about farming on my YouTube channel and only talk about the tech, or vice versa, right? You have to think about it from the audience's perspective. Are you confusing them? Are you presenting content in a way where a stranger can understand your content, connect with you, not be confused? It's really weird. When I talk on these live streams, I speak so much more clearly than when I film my YouTube videos. When I'm filming my YouTube videos, I'm like stumbling all over my words. And I just do take after take after take. This specific topic though, like YouTube, I really could talk about all day, which is why I'm trying to work on a system to upload more frequently so that I can get some of this content more out to you guys. The number one thing a lot of times I go, hey guys, how can I help you? When I have a conversation with one of you, like, how can I make my content better for you? And they're always like, just make more videos, more frequent, please. I'm like, okay, yes, you're right. PhotoFin, you are so underrated, Eric. The quality of your content is amazing, and the value provided is just fantastic. Keep it up. Thank you, man. I think in a few short months, YouTube will pick up one of Eric's videos. Thanks. One thing I'm working on, if I'm being honest, behind the scenes, is trying to take bigger swings. I think I need to do better at being packaging stuff to be discovered, and that's a thing I'm still working on. I'm still trying to figure out how I can do that in a way that's natural to me. I'm still figuring out how to do that in a way where I can turn it out, right? Some of those breakdown videos take so long to make, like so ridiculously long to make, and that's not realistic for me to make those 3 times a week. So maybe I'm trying to figure out a way I can be discovered in a more natural way, or make content that's more discoverable, more like trendy, like clickable, but where it's still in line with my purpose, and also scalable, like where I'm not working for a whole month on one video. Paulo, thank you so much for the help. I really appreciate it. I have to go create content. I'll look forward to your next video. Thank you guys so much. By the way, right after this live stream, I am going to be working really hard on a YouTube video, trying to get it out for tomorrow or Monday. So if you see that thumbnail, especially in that first hour, especially with the bell on, I would really appreciate you clicking it, because the like button, that does some stuff. You guys watching it in the first hour with the notification bell, that really, really matters. Like a lot of the YouTube creators do not talk about how much it really matters. But when you look at your analytics, it's literally like how you do in the first hour, and then you're judged on that. And if you do well, your channel goes really well, and if not, your video, you get significantly more impressions if your video does well in the first hour. Not to make you overthink, but if you guys, when you guys click the notification bell and watch my videos right away, I really, really appreciate it, because that really, really goes a long way. Thanks, Chris. Good to see you here. Chris is my cousin. So awesome to see him here. By the way, until what time are you streaming? I'm gauging whether I should destroy my sleep schedule further or what. Sun's rising here. Oh my gosh. Take care of yourself. Whatever's the right fit for you. I'm thinking probably 30 minutes. I mean, we'll see. I'm dropping that like and comment right away, bro. I want YouTube to blow you up. Thank you. Sub for sub, it's so annoying. I get those comments on my channel and I insta-ban them from commenting again. Yep, I do the same. I think every single person does the same. It's super annoying. It's super annoying. So it's a keywording thing about the first hour. I don't know about keywording. I'm trying to think about it so keywords always help for sure. But you have to think, like sometimes when I put keywords in my titles, they don't get clicked by my real subscribers because they sound so clunky or robotic or like impersonal. And so it's this weird dance where you have to put in the keywords, because if you want it to be categorized by YouTube, at the same time, you don't want to be like, how to grow your YouTube channel in 5 steps, how to hack your YouTube. I don't know. Some of those titles just don't get clicked by your real subscribers. So sometimes making a title like why no one's binging your YouTube content, that's a lot more clickable by real human beings if you think about it from their perspective. Now, is there a way to do it in between where it's clickable by real human beings but also able to be categorized? That's what I'm trying to figure out and practice on this YouTube channel. You're going to see a lot of experimenting there. I have a lot to say about YouTube, but there's still so much I'm learning. You guys really have no, like I write very in-depth notes, studying creators all the time, studying this because I love it so much. There's a lot that goes into it, but at the same time, don't get overwhelmed. It's just have fun with it. It's a long-term journey. YouTube really likes it when your video is above your average for the last 10 videos. Yeah, that's what happened with the content creation strategy, the first content smoothie video a little bit ago. It ranked better in my last 10 videos, and so it did significantly better. At this point, without a message, I just make videos for fun to practice that editing muscle, but I worry it derails my non-existent message. I've talked about this in other videos. You have to choose for yourself whether you're prioritizing personal expression or personal impact. If you're prioritizing personal expression, I think you should embrace that. Like, don't worry about the views. Just have fun creating. Have fun creating for the number of people that are there and keeping them updated or trying weird new stuff. Just being random. Like, embrace it. It's fun. It's only when you start wanting to grow or reach a more broad audience that suddenly you need to think about, am I being clear? What should I sacrifice? How can I tie this together? How can I make this clear, more compelling? All that sort of stuff. I divide my titles into 2 parts. I put the real titles that my sub would click and the keywords in the second half after a pipe. Yes, I've tried doing that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Working on it. How can I gain more watch time? Keep track of, okay. I could talk about that all day. But the number one mistake I see small YouTubers do with their videos that are killing their watch time, it's that nothing happens in the first 5 seconds. Nothing happens in the first 5 seconds. Nothing happens in the first 15 seconds. You need to really hook them in that first 5 second, 10-second mark. Don't put your intro, don't put a weird, your song, don't put any of that stuff. Just be like, just do something that will increase their curiosity. Like traditionally, conventionally, they say, talk about the topic of the video. Or just call out the event of the video, or do something that's going to clarify that the ride they're going to go on with you for the next 5-10 minutes is actually worth it. And a lot of you guys put that hook at like 2 minutes into the video when they've already left your video, so they never see that. Script word for word, then maybe after trim it down. I made a video about that, about scripts. I personally do bullets, but then do most of the script writing on the spot, sort of like this. Like I'll say a line, I'll be like, oh, was that clear? Was that compelling? Was that engaging? Okay, let me say it again. Let me say it again. And I sort of write the script out on the spot. That has come, though, from practice writing scripts before. That's come from practice making lots of videos before. And so everyone needs to find their right balance or what's most helpful for them. Sometimes if your thoughts just sort of go all over the place, scripting is probably maybe a direction you need to lean. If you're overthinking it and spending hours and hours on a script and then doing a million takes to make sure you match your script, then you have to lean in the other direction. That's where I'm going, where it would take way too long to write a script. Thanks, Paula, for what you're doing. I really appreciate it. How did your fast clapping intro start? So there were some other creators on this platform. I've been watching YouTube for probably 10 years, like 2006, 7, 8, something like that. So more than 10 years. But there were some creators a long time ago, Mystery Guitar Man and I think Paint, John's, whatever. I don't know. They all did something like that, and it was funny. And so I, ate whatever they would do it with like snaps or, mouth noises, whatever. And it would sometimes happen at the end of their videos. I thought it was fun. I wanted to try it. So in my first video, I did like a three clap one. And for some reason, every single time since I've done that, people have like hooked onto it, really liked it. It's one of the most recognizable pieces of my content right now. Like, people actually message me if I don't do it. So it is heavily inspired by other creators. It's not original. But I have fun doing it, and I'm trying to, sort of make it my own. And it's just one little tiny piece of my content right now. Um, thank you guys so much for the awesome questions. If you guys have any more, let me know. I really appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to DM you pretty soon. Some great projects happening. Thank you. Yeah, I love connecting with you guys behind the scenes. Sometimes I can't have a super in-depth conversation because I need to make my own videos. But I love getting to know you guys and your story. And that stuff really goes a long way. Some of again, it's not like I just like, if you comment on my videos, we're suddenly best friends, but there are some really special friendships that I've made through the comments, through meeting you guys, through getting to know you guys better, phone call, video chat. Sometimes there's creators that I just love what they're doing. I never would have found them, but because of their comments, we became really good friends, and some of them I think I'm really going to be honestly friends for quite a long time. I have a food, beauty, vlog, and lifestyle channel. So, is that too much? Yes, probably. I honestly, when I see that food, beauty, vlog, and lifestyle, it's not necessarily that it's too much. It's that those are like the most broad, general words ever. What's the purpose of those things to you? Like, what makes you so passionate about those things? Trying to get a little bit more specific. What's your spin on food, beauty, vlog, lifestyle? Lifestyle, like, those are literally the most broad words ever. So trying to clarify that a little bit. I have so many videos that literally are 20 minutes long of me in depth picking words like that apart. Trying to clarify that for yourself, that will go a really long way. It's really crazy. So one of the themes I'm sure you've seen with those videos lately is it's insane how many choices we don't make about our own content, how many preferences we don't clarify with our content. Like, sometimes I'm talking with the creator and they go, okay, I just want to do vlogs. Like, I just want to do vlogs. And I'm like, okay, that's awesome, but I've noticed you also do vlogs and they always revolve around your family, your hometown. Would you be, and I throw out all these other options, like, would you be comfortable doing vlogs about entrepreneurial advice, about how to be a better photographer? And they're like, no, I would never do that, and I'm like, okay, so see, like, you don't actually, these are people that are photographers, vloggers, whatever. We all have preferences about who we're trying to reach. It's just we haven't thought about getting rid of some of the or like clarifying it. Like, for me in the beginning, I was like, I want to make content about self-awareness, but it's like, is it self-awareness for introverts, self-awareness for families, self-awareness for better relationships, self-awareness for facing your fears? No, it's self-awareness for YouTube creators to work on knowing themselves better so that they can present who they are and their story and connect better with their audience. Like, that is specific. It's not just self-awareness or motivation or thoughtful content. And that type of niching down, that was a preference I already had. Like, if I said self-awareness about politics or global warming or something, I'd be like, no, I would never want to make content like that. And so in the same way, think about what you don't want to do in that niche, and then that will give you some clarity about how to trim things down. I talked about on one video the left hand rule, where it's like, if you're left-handed, it doesn't feel like a sacrifice for you to be doing things left-handed. It's just your natural preference. You were born that way, with that preference, with that strength, liking to use that tool. So in the same way, you need to find boundaries with your topics you actually like, that are just the right fit for you because of who you are and your strengths, all that sort of stuff. Clarify those for yourself. Don't be doing left-handed and right-handed content if you are left-handed. Like, do the stuff that highlights the fact that your strengths, the fact that you're left-handed. My problem is I love scripting my videos to a T. Only problem is I can't see myself uploading more than one time a month, and I'm proud of what I make. So that's what matters. Their own pace and their own passion level for the thing. Like, for some people, YouTube is something they're working on in the background. They're not trying to make money from it. They're just trying to have fun with it. They're trying to see if they can push themselves, grow a little bit. In that sense, you don't need to get so crazy about some of these tactics. Like, just implement the ones that feel natural to you. You don't need to upload 3-4 times a week. Just have fun with it. Keep with it. Scripts whenever I did it that way. So I didn't do that. Lifestyle, I do story. Is this the yeah, this is the food, beauty, vlog, and lifestyle. Sorry, I keep touching my face. Lifestyle, I do story time, chit chats. My food videos don't get that many views, and it's one thing I am passionate about. My vlogs I suck at, so I don't do that so much. My growth has been slow. Again, like, story time about what? Just whatever? I don't think so. Like, it's probably revolving around certain topics. What you've been thinking about. Is it internal stuff? Like, what you've been thinking about, how you've been growing, what you've been struggling with? Or is it external stuff? Like, I went here, I tried this, I did this, my car broke down. What things do you tend to gravitate towards? Internal struggles or external struggles? What are your stories actually about? If you can clarify that, then suddenly you're one niche down layer closer than you were before, where it's like, I don't just do lifestyle story times about whatever. I'm here to share what I'm learning, how I'm growing as a person. I have this identity shift where I'm trying to navigate being a, mother for the first time, independent for the first time, whatever. And every week you're going to see me share a story about that. That's clearer than just, I do story time chit-chat videos. Another tip I would give you guys is don't ask your friends for feedback, but just tell them about your YouTube channel or tell them about your content. Try explaining it to them and then gauge their reaction. Or maybe if you have an opportunity that's natural, see if you can watch a video of yours with them. If you watch their reaction, I promise you're going to get a lot of feedback. Are they being bored? Are they connecting? Are they laughing? Do they find it clear? Do they know where your video is going? Like, literally ask your friends. Not like, hey, can you give me some advice? Because then they might only say nice things. But really just sneak in, like, stuff about your channel, or if someone says they like your videos, ask them some more specific questions, and you're going to get a lot of great feedback. Sometimes negative, sometimes constructive, sometimes positive, whatever, and you can start noticing, oh, I'm really good at this, or this is a flavor of my content I didn't really notice before, or people really everyone just kept saying, your videos always really make me think, and I was like, really? I didn't think it was that, like, really? And so that flavor of, oh, I am really analytical. Oh, I really do like breaking things down. Oh, I really do like thinking about things. That wasn't revealed to me until I started getting that feedback from friends and from gauging their real reactions. 16 personality tests, and I'm an INFP, and my wife took it and she's an ISFJ. Those two have a lot of really cool complementary things. I'm holding myself back, though, from the full Myers-Briggs nerd rant, because I literally talk about that 1 to 3 hours a day. Like, I talk about that and study it, like, 1 to 3 hours a day. It's very hard for me to stay surface level with Myers-Briggs because I'm so into studying it and the psychology, like, the neuroscience. Like, I literally watch lectures with brain scans and seeing how much of it holds up, and I get really, I'm really in the weeds with it. See ya, blind family. Thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Take care. Those guys have been supporting my channel for a really, really long time, and just leave the most encouraging comments. Like, I think for the past maybe a year and a half or two. So I really, really appreciate that. What's your opinion about investing in equipment? Some equipment matters, some doesn't matter. Again, I don't know what level of budget or whatever you have, but I mean, some stuff really makes a big difference. So I've seen certain creators where just like a mic would really, really help them. For me, this light I have right here, that goes a huge long way. So, I mean, I think it matters, but it only takes you the first couple steps. That's definitely not what's going to make you explode on YouTube. It's just maybe something that will get rid of some barriers that have been limiting you up to this point. That being said, though, there's a lot of examples of creators who have succeeded, killed it, crushed it with just their iPhone, with just very simple materials, just by filming cleverly, you know, like by a window, by some good lighting, all that sort of stuff. Paula, I really appreciate the work you're doing. Yeah, doesn't go unnoticed. I really appreciate it. Anthony Rasinello. I've become friends with this guy recently. He makes a video. He's a dating coach, and he talks about, him and I have so much crossover and themes on our YouTube channel. Except he talks about it in terms of dating and how to be sort of like find the connection and healthy relation, whatever you want, and trying to make things less complicated. So it's really funny because I watch his content and I agree with it so much, but it's sort of like we talk about so many similar things. It's just he talks about it in dating, and I talk about it about being yourself on YouTube, clarifying who you actually are, focusing on connection. He talks about the same exact stuff, but in a more dating entertainment space. And he's very funny. It's been fun getting to connect with him sometimes through messaging. Yes, so whenever I put small YouTubers anywhere in the like title, like anywhere, the bots come with the sub for sub comments. Ashney is here. Hey, good to see you. Another amazing creator who talks about how to grow on Twitch specifically, and again with the same similar approach of like, guys, you have to know yourself. You have to dig deep. Like, let's be practical about this. Let's ask ourselves the tough questions. And that's why I've been drawn to her content, and just her, like, sometimes we have conversations and stuff. She's a great creator. And this is what I mean by the more you know yourself and what you actually like and who you are, what you bring to the table, what your purpose is, all this seemingly basic stuff, but like, it actually takes some digging to clarify. Once you know that, you start being able to, one, recognize other creators that have the same values, that have the same mission more easily. And two, just over time, naturally, you start attracting like the marketing people would say, like, attract your tribe. Yeah, like they would, but that's like a way to say it. Like, you attract a certain group of people by being you. If you don't know how to be you, it's going to be harder to attract that tribe. But when you know who you are, what your mission is, what you're bringing to the table, it's a lot easier to find more like-minded people. I think on a live stream just a little bit ago, I mentioned how all of my close friends in person were the same, like 4 to 6 personality types in Myers-Briggs. And I was like, and I just mentioned that offhandedly. And what was really weird was the people who knew Myers-Briggs in the chat at that time suddenly started spamming their Myers-Briggs personalities. And it was the same exact 4 to 6 personalities that I tend to be closer friends with in real life. That was a poor explanation, but basically, just by me being me, I somehow attracted a similar group of people to my close friends in real life, but on YouTube, without talking about my personality type, without talking about any of that stuff. By me being me, I attracted drew in a similar group of people, which was just crazy strange to see. Thank you, Ashley. Really appreciate it. New people are coming in. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I think the questions are rolling in slower now, so I will wrap this up soon. But I really appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for spending this time with me. If you guys want me to do these live streams more often, let me know. I would love to engage with you more and more in this way. It's always fun, but I also don't want to spam you guys. Also, if you guys are interested, on TikTok, I've started posting. I'm playing around with it, trying to learn the platform. At Eric Wen Vlogs on TikTok, if you like it. I've been studying TikTok for over a year now, and I keep making excuses about why I don't want to post there, or why I don't have time to post there. But the excuses are over. I'm trying to do it. All of them, they're not doing particularly well because I've just started and I'm just practicing. But if you want to see what's up there, I have been posting on. I have a new initiative to post some more on TikTok just for fun to learn. Thank you guys, everyone, for your questions and being here, and just the thoughtfulness in this community is what it's all about. You can count on me to keep showing up, like pouring what I've got into these videos to help you guys as best as I can. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm here for. And I mean, as an overall message for this video, I get discouraged as well when my videos don't do well, or when I'm not like exploding on YouTube. But at the same time, if you keep perspective, your time will come. And then your time will not come. You know what I mean? Like, it's a journey. There's ups and downs. Just decide whether you want to be in it long term. Whether you're ready for it long term. The views and subs don't matter as much as you think. The human connection, what you learn about yourself in this process, does matter a lot. And also, I'm sure you've noticed, but self-criticism is amazing to helping you get where you need to be. Like, sometimes we need to just clean slate. If you're trying a bunch of stuff and it's not working, sometimes you need to really just be honest with yourself. What am I doing wrong? Dig around for that. And usually it's uncomfortable to face those truths, but that's what unlocks the progress and happiness and purpose you're looking for. Thank you guys so much for being here. I think I'm going to end it here. Let me know if you would like more live streams, maybe in the comments of this video. Yes, excuses are over. You are the change maker of your own life. Let's think more deeply. If you guys see a video from me in the near future, I'd really appreciate you clicking on it. All right, I've got to work on a video. I'll see you guys again soon. Peace. Bye.